Rejection can be just as subtle as regression. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. My name is Chris Bailey. This is part 3 of our 5-part series, looking at the source of life as it's reflected, as Christ is reflected in the book of John. You know, when we think about rejection, a lot of times we think in order to reject something or to reject an idea, it has to be kind of outright, right in front of your face. But there's also the possibility where our rejection can be just as subtle as regression, which is harder to understand. For example, if I kick a car out of gear and it just starts to slowly roll back, that's a different feel than if I actually go in reverse. Both experiences differ in the speed or in the rate that they happen, but you still end up in the same place, further than where you began. So before we look at the danger, but also the deliverance from this, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button so others can find this study, and by all means, pass it on to someone else. And then you're also welcome to go to the website. That's changeministry.org. In fact, we have an entire health page, plant-based living, plant-based recipes, plant-based health. Check it out at changeministry.org/health. Talking about regression, let's look at it in this term here in John chapter 1, verse 5. Where it says, "And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." It's easy to look at that word as comprehension and think of it as terms of just understanding, but, well, it says how the darkness comprehended it not. In other words, the darkness does not want to accept. The darkness does not want to embrace. And that is a type of rejection. Just because it's not fast or harsh, it still puts us in the same position, apart and away from the light. John chapter 1 continues the thought by saying, He, Jesus, was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. Think of it this way. It's like if I see somebody who's in need and they're hungry, and they're in my house, and they do something I don't appreciate, and then I throw them out of the house. They're where? Now out of the house. Or let's say I see someone who's in need, I think they're hungry, and I know that they could come to my house, but I just choose not to accept them, or I choose not to even invite them into my house. So where are they? They're not in my house. Both of them are different, but also the same. They received him not. It's possible that we could just ignore the opportunities for grace. We can walk by Jesus. It's no different than turning Jesus over to the Romans. He still ends up apart from us. Stepping away from John, but looking at it from another perspective, Hebrews 10 says, "Cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward." Another type of regression that we may not see as rejection, but is just as dangerous as casting away, throwing away. That means you have something, and for whatever reason, you don't appreciate it or you don't value it, and so you just throw it away. I'm not a litter bug, and I don't like it when people litter, but I do understand the psychology of litter. And that is when I think that this thing is worthless, so I don't want it anymore. But not only is it worthless, it requires too much effort for me to actually take the time to put this where it belongs. Well, the Word of God is given to us to ultimately be put into our heart. And if it ends up anywhere else other than that, it could probably be for those two reasons. One, we don't appreciate it. And two, we just see that it's not worth the effort. It costs too much to get it. Just like you may have, and we have the opportunity to read the truth, know that in that opportunity, it's also the opportunity to receive the truth.